Hey everybody, rotator cuff problems, an exceptionally common problem that people face in daily activities. It seems to be one of the most common things we see in the office. And so during COVID, it's been hard for people to get to the gym. It's been hard for people to get to physiotherapists. So what I want to do is just give you some simple tools that you can use to do rehabilitation for your own rotator cuff. I'm just going to give you a few simple exercises. One of my favorite exercise routines is the simple use of bands, loop bands. And I find when we get the bands around the arms and we simply activate the external rotators and retract the scapulae, I get into an excellent position. This really feels good because forward scapular posture really aggravates shoulder and neck problems. So I'm emphasizing scapular retraction back and down with a little bit of tension here. And this fires up the infraspinatus, one of the commonly weak, inhibited muscles in my shoulder. So this simple activation of my external rotators, I shouldn't have any pain here. And I can do some simple curls. I can just imagine I'm having a light weight. By not going into the supinated position, I'm not using my biceps. This is more the brachioradialis. The bicep tendon is often also involved in the genesis of rotator cuff problems. So I like this position. I can make it a little bit more difficult by using some weights. If I'm a stronger individual and I can get here with some light weights, bicep work, no, more brachialis work, but I'm firing my rotator cuff musculature and my external rotators in this position. I really like this exercise sequence. I can take it up a little bit over my head if I want to, and I can just kind of be in this position with the activation of the external rotators, and I can slowly go up over my head. Again, I'm looking for scapular control. I'm not really looking for any significant muscular work, just control, and then external rotation, external rotation. So what else can we do for the rotator cuff? Simple postural work. Yoga friends call this the mountain pose. Standing with my feet together, my gluteals activated, my stomach somewhat firm, and I get into what's called anatomic position. My palms forward, my scapulae being retracted. I'm doing this to fight the muscle imbalances of life that take us into a forward rotated, forward bent position. I'm fighting off that natural decline that happens with life in the mountain pose. Really like this position for your rotator cuff. Another simple exercise for the rotator cuff, the reverse fly, using some simple exercise tubing. So again, this doesn't have to be very, very hard work. Again, I'm standing here 2 feet. I can stand on one foot if I want to do balance work at the same time. Gluteals are contracted. I do scapular retraction and hold. I'm getting a little bit of rotator cuff there. Rotator cuff here, scapular retraction and hold. Straight arms, scapular retraction and hold. I can do a little bit of external rotation work here at the side. Not much work here for this little band of tissue. So why are we doing these things? In general, rotator cuff problems are accentuated by our muscle imbalances. Internal rotation really wants to drag the humerus forward in the glenoid, irritate my bicipital tendon, stretch the posterior side of my rotator cuff. Hey, that reminds me, how about release techniques for the rotator cuff? We can use some simple techniques using exercise balls or massage balls. I can have this ball against the wall, find that with my shoulder, and I can kind of come forward. I can give it a little help there. I'm on an infraspinatus trigger point. Now I'm in my scapular region, just on the rhomboids, stretching those out actively and then passively, a little bit of help coming forward. I can get that ball right on my arm, a little bit of internal rotation, external rotation with the exercise ball right on the infraspinatus trigger point. I probably showed that to you in the office because it's so common in patients with rotator cuff difficulties. Really good work if you're getting progress through your rotator cuff rehabilitation program. Maybe some push-ups, Bosu ball push-ups. I have a link to Bosu ball push-ups in my page here. The other thing is, if you're trying to figure out why your shoulder's bothering you, check out my, hey doc, can you go through that one more time? Rotator cuff difficulty on the same channel. Take care now and bye-bye.